Okay, so this is the next card that I've got. I think the great thing about using this download is that actually it works so well to use up a lot of the stock that you already have. So I haven't bought anything extra to go with this. I have just gone to my craft supply and I've chosen things that I already have to cut things out with, to embellish things, and as you can see with this one, to use DSP. So this is some DSP which was actually featured recently in our catalogue, so I think it's still current at the moment, or at least was, but it won't be for much longer, so it's a great way of using it up. And the nice thing about our DSP as well is that it is coloured on both sides, so this is why this little idea works quite nicely, and also cutting out the hearts and turning them around works really nicely as well. So I'm just going to show you how to make this one. I've chosen some different colours this time. So again, we're going to start with the card blank, which as before is 12.6 by 8.9 on the front. So if you want to make your own, you could make your own. And then I've done it slightly different for this one. I decided to put in kind of another layer. So I've got a layer here and then a piece of DSP to go over the top, and this is actually something which retired quite a long time ago, but it's very similar to the colour that I'm using for the sentiment. So the one that I've just shown you, that was kind of, I think, Rich Raspberry. This one is Mango Melody, which is a fairly new ink, and I don't actually own that one, but this colour, which is a retired colour, very, very close, so it worked well. And you might find that you've got some papers that are actually a really close colour that you can use. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to take our layer, which measures 12.2 by 8.3, and then we're going to take our topper to go on top of that, which is the DSP, which measures 11.7 by 7.8. And then I'm just going to adhere those. Again, I'm just going to use the multi-purpose glue, but I'm just going to turn up that corner, and you'll see the other side is spotty, which is lovely. So it's nice to see that little spotty edge. So don't glue that bit down, because you want that bit to pop up. And it doesn't matter what angle you fold it at. I think I folded it at a slightly different angle on my other example. And also this one is going to have a little layer behind it, which my other card didn't have. So it's up to you. You could do either way. You might just like it straight on the white like I did there. I want to go with that, and I've decided to go with the words on this facing up because they're really nice. There's things like so sweet, share love, awesome, hello, beautiful, so quite appropriate to be on that card. And I've left my little corner sticking up there. Then we're going to sort this out. Now I've done this in advance. This is obviously printed out from your download. I've cut myself a piece of card the same size so I can demonstrate how I flagged the end. So let me just find my ruler, and just need a little pencil or something that you can make a mark with. So obviously when I cut it out, I tried to make sure that I left fairly equal spacing all the way around the sentiment. It's actually 4.5 centimeters wide. Yes, it is. I'm just checking that. 4.5 centimeters wide. And I think, let's double check, I did about 9.5 centimeters long, but you can do it how long you want there. But I want to show you how to flag the end. So what you do is you make a little line at a halfway point, which of course is going to be about 2.25 centimeters with how I've done it. That's going to be roughly there. And then I'm going to make my flag about 2 centimeters long. So I'm going to put another dot at the 0 to show that that's 2 centimeters there. So then that dot should be exactly halfway, and also I know how far to cut them to. So I'm going to go from one corner to that middle dot first of all, carefully as I can, and then I'm going to go from the other corner to that centre dot, and there's my flagged end. So obviously I've just done it on a piece of plain paper there to show you, but you might want to practice that before you do it on your popper one, otherwise you might end up having to print it out again if it doesn't quite go right. So I'll pop that to the side because I'm going to use the real one, and just for that I wanted it to stand out a little bit, so I used some dimensionals, using the larger ones. So I'll put one in the corners of each kind of bit, and then just so it doesn't sink down in the middle, you might want, oops, you might want a couple there, too many there. And then peel off your backs. And then you're just going to pop that. I lined it up at the side. Make sure you line it up at the top as well. There you go. Now, that's actually quite busy, and I think in a way that probably doesn't need much more. On my first example, the background, as beautiful as it was quite plain, and I felt it needed something else. But this one, I think I am going to cut out some hearts, but I'm not going to go too mad. So this is a spare bit of the paper. Obviously you can see this is the opposite side, and this is a heart punch that I've just got. Not a Stampin' Up one, unfortunately. And I think I'm just going to, I'm just going to pop a couple on the actual sentiment itself and leave it at that. I think that is enough. Now you can adhere them on anywhere you like. You could use the Tombow again, or if you want to be a little less messy, you could use some glue dots. So that's what I'm going to do, because I did use Tombow the other day and got absolutely covered in glue. So I'm going to put one there. Oh, and I've just realised I did it the wrong way round, but you know what, I don't think it matters. I think I'm going to do that on both of them. So I was planning to use my spotty side, but because I've done it the wrong way round, I think I'll just stick with both. And I think that now is enough. So I'm going to stick that onto my base. So again, just around the edges, middle, and then make sure you line it up equally. Press down, and it over, and that's finished. Brilliant, I'm happy with that. So 2 very different styles, but using the same principle and using up lots of DSP, which I know for lots of us will be a great thing to do. So I hope you enjoyed those 2 card designs. Just got one more I want to show you, which it's just a little bit different really. This uses the sentiment, there's no place like home for now. And instantly I thought we need a house. So I just cut out a piece of card to coordinate with the colours. So I've gone for smoky slate for the house, attached that on, and Flirty Flamingo for the background. And then again, I just felt it needed a little bit more, so I actually did do some stamping with this one, because I found Little Heart from the music set that I have, and there was also a little bird in there. I thought, perfect, that's just going to work perfectly. So I just did a little bit of stamping, tone on tone. There's the same colour of ink as the card, along the top, along the bottom, and then just a little bird in a slightly darker grey, and I think that's perfect. So what you can do is you can use other stamp sets you have as well to add extra bits. You can use punches, ribbons, embellishments, anything you have in your craft supply already, just to add to this set. I think it really can make your cards quite unique and quite different. If you want some extra ideas, there are lots and lots of ideas on Pinterest. If you just search for Stampin' Up Share Sunshine, you'll find lots of ideas that other demonstrators are sharing already. I have another design to share with you in a couple of days' time, which again is just stepped up a little bit more from the simple designs that you've just seen, but I can't share it just yet because otherwise someone I don't want to see will see it too soon. So I will share that with you in a couple of days' time. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have any comments at all about anything that I've done, anything that you need to know, I will pop the measurements in the comments at the bottom of the video if anybody wants to just make their own and wants to know the measurements of anything. And if there's any feedback you can give me on how I can improve this, that would be really, really appreciated, because as I said to lots of you from my video the other day, this is a new thing for me and it's a little bit of a different way of doing it to how I hoped I could do it. So any feedback would be really, really welcome. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day and I shall see you again next Monday. Bye.